But look at this. It's a jacket. You can turn it into a bag. How clever is that? Morning guys, welcome to the channel.
Good morning.
Paul and I have both got a little sneaky day off work today. So we're going to go out and go and get a coffee somewhere. This is only the second time I've taken my bike out since I did my training, and I was a bit wobbly last time actually, so I think I just need a bit of a confidence boost. Paul's there just getting his bike clean.
Can I just say, our subscribers are going to think I don't work because I seem to take afternoons off all the time. I promise everyone I've got a job, I'm not lazy. We're just quite lucky to have a day off together today. So we've come out this morning. We actually hadn't planned to use the bikes. We've got other plans today, but as Louise was just saying back there, her confidence has taken a bit of a knock and we're not really sure why. Nothing's actually happened. She hasn't actually been on the bike an awful lot since she did her Mod 1 and Mod 2 training. Unfortunately, she didn't pass her test, as you would have seen in one of the previous videos. But when she did do that video, her confidence was at an all-time high and she was loving life. So we're a little bit sure why she's so nervous to get out on the bike today. She did take it to work the other day and had a bit of a wobble on the clutch and it just didn't feel right. I personally think it's in her head. I think because she failed her Mod 1, she kind of thinks that she's not good enough. She's self-doubting herself. And the difference of getting off that MT-07 and then straight onto that 125, the MT-07, a bigger bike or not, it's an easier bike to ride than that 125. So everything just doesn't feel quite right. So I think that's why her confidence has taken a little bit of a knock. Oh, the roadworks are just there, you don't have to go too far. We might get a bit of filtering going on there. Oh wow, yeah.
You'd be in trouble if you hit that one.
Yeah.
I thought that car was moving for us, but it is moving for the pothole.
That's what I was explaining yesterday. Even though the weather feels nice, you think, oh, we're in spring. These are still awful, these potholes. They are lethal. Some of them I saw yesterday, I thought if I hit them, it's going to at least damage the bike, if not throw me off.
That was me in teaching James in his learner car yesterday. He was just about to hit a pothole, so I grabbed the steering wheel. He was very cross.
Yeah.
But it would have done his tyres so much damage. Didn't really have a lot of choice.
How are you feeling on that since you've been out this morning?
I feel alright actually.
Feel alright, yeah. Maybe you needed
it was just
that ride you did to work the other day just to get those cobwebs out of the way.
Yeah. I wasn't wobbly on the bike. My clutch just felt funny. I suppose it's just so different, isn't it?
Yeah, I was just saying that on the camera a second ago, because you were on that MT-07 all week and that was the last bike you rode and almost got onto this a couple of days later. This thing feels weird.
Yeah, and the biting point is different, the clutch feels different, so I was just felt a bit wobbly at traffic lights and stuff.
Yeah, and you've never ridden like different bikes before. You've only ridden this one, so you've got nothing to. It is really weird when you get off one bike onto another one. It just feels strange, and I think that's what threw you a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
Because there's nothing wrong with your ability. You are more than capable.
Oh no, and it's not. I didn't have a confidence wobble because I failed. I'm fine about that. It just felt a bit funny, and by the time I got to work I was a bit like, oh, why am I doing this? Why am I putting myself through this?
You're doing it because it's fun.
I am.
How does your bike feel? Is it any different since you've serviced it yourself?
It feels smoother actually. Yeah, it does, it feels good.
I was a little bit worried actually.
Servicing it myself.
It didn't have a huge amount of oil in it, so maybe we hadn't checked it for a while. So it should feel a bit quieter. But Louise did a really good job there. If you go back, I think it was our last video we put up, or the one before that, and Louise serviced that keyway all by herself.
I could definitely do it myself now as well.
Yeah.
It's not as hard as I thought it was going to be.
No, it's just about understanding the basics, isn't it?
So actually, one of the questions on your Mod 2, they do like an ask me, show me thing, and one of them is about the chain and adjusting the back wheel.
That's it.
And actually, now I've done it, that question makes so much more sense, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I didn't realise they asked you about that. Well, how you would adjust the chain.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
and what you're looking for when you're checking your chain.
Yeah.
And then they will also ask you a question if you've got a pillion on the back, like what you'd need to adjust on the bike and stuff.
What would you need to adjust on the chain if you had a pillion on the back?
Tyres, suspension, seat and pegs, lights.
Quite a lot.
Oh, is there one more? Have I missed one? Mirrors. There you go.
There you go. You've passed.
I would have passed that bit.
Take your L plates off.
But I knew it was that easy. So I think I've decided that I'm just going to suck up the money, because actually I'm invested in it now, aren't I? I'm going to hire the pad just for an hour, because where we trained for Mod 1 was so different from the pad. We were on a tiny little track, and it was so different doing it on the pad, and I think my brain works in a way that I need to kind of do it. I need to be in that place. So I'm going to look at hiring it for an hour.
Makes total sense, because if that's where you went wrong, i.e. having that MT-07 powering up that straight on their pad, you couldn't judge the distance, could you? You didn't quite get the engine noise right. It just, I don't know, you kind of cocked it up because it was just a bit of an unknown. But if you practice on the pad, on that same bike, and he says, right, go around that bottom bend, get it up to 40 miles an hour, do that a few times, you'll just instinctively know the sound of the engine and how it feels to get up to that point, and I think you'll be absolutely fine.
Because I think the place where we were training, it felt terrifying getting it up to speed, because it was just a tiny track and there was bushes each side and there was a fence, and so it felt quite terrifying to get it up to speed in that tiny area. And because when I was on the pad it didn't feel terrifying, I didn't think I was going fast enough. And that's just the way my brain works. I think, you know, lots of people would think what, but that's obviously just the way that my brain's wired.
I would hate to have to do my test again, going through all that. I think when we were lucky back in the late 90s that I thought it was hard then. It was a piece of cake. Now you've got to do all this Mod 1, Mod 2 and theory, and it's quite a lot to take in, isn't it? Yeah, you'll find that a little bit easier to ride without them big puffy trousers on.
Never trust people at that roundabout.
No, because it's one of those weird ones. It's got a slip road where you can keep going. People don't indicate, which doesn't help.
Yeah, that was my thing. That woman in that red car, I didn't quite trust where she was going. That's why I hesitated a little bit. But then it's always good to hesitate a little bit if you're not sure, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
But then that's the other thing about your test, is then do you get a minor or a major fail if you hesitate? Would that have been a fail? Because I hesitated a little bit, but that woman wasn't indicating. So it's all these things, isn't there? And
I think as long as it's justified. Depends what examiner you got on the day as well.
Well, yeah. Mine was quite grumpy, I'm not going to lie. He didn't even say good morning or anything.
Like
I was quite chirpy when I got to the test centre. I was morning, and he just glared at me. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that'd put you on the back foot straight away, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it did a little bit. Thing is, my little 125 can't quite hasn't got it in it like the MT-07. Would have been right up to 50 then.
Yeah, did say that, didn't we? As soon as you start riding that properly, you're going to hate it. And your instructor told you that, didn't he? You're going to not like it. You're going to want to do your test because that thing's going to feel awful. This is a lovely little village, isn't it?
Spent a lot of my childhood in this village.
We're going to go up one of the steepest hills around in a minute. We're going to give that keyway a good test.
Oh,
Titsy Hill.
You might be pushing it.
Yeah, you're pushing it. I'll put my foot on the back if you want to give it a little shove.
Good pheasant.
Madam? Oh yeah.
The pheasant.
Very pleasant pheasant. Never tried a pheasant, I don't know what they taste like.
Oh, they're nice.
Pleasant. Your door bag's flicked up.
Oh, is it?
It's alright, we'll sort it out the other end, but that's kind of what holds it in.
I'd quite like... Well, that's just got my chain in it, really. Maybe I just should get a tank bag instead.
Yeah, I think the strap on that bag has broken because it's flicked up in the air, it's upside down.
Or it's just spun around on the bar.
I can see the strap on the bottom's busted, so we'll use that bungee net to hold it back on in a minute. It's quite bumpy here, so be careful. So this is Helmet City up in Tatsfield, a place that we've been a couple of times. And really handy just to buy the clothing bits and the accessories that you need, and it's really close to us. So. Motorcycle parking only. Yeah, see your bag, it was flicked up. I think the strap, oh, it's only the bungee that we put on there. That's the tiniest bungee anyway. I'll fix that. I think I've got bungees on the bike, so. But we did ride, very naughty that we rode with that dangling off.
Oh.
And that could have got stuck in the wheel.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's lesson learnt, to make sure that that was on before we left. So.
I like that.
What you see?
Something that I can't afford.
Something you can't afford, yeah.
But look at this. Look at this. How clever. People think of everything. Look, it's a jacket that then turns into you can turn it into a bag.
No way.
How clever is that?
What, and wear it as a bag when you're not on the bike?
Yeah.
That is very clever. What's the price? It's a very expensive bag.
It's all nice, actually.
If you notice, it's Louise's birthday coming up soon. She's looking around the Alpine Star section.
I've already got a CV500. I think I'm out of birthday credits.
We've got a nice bargain bin over there if you want to go and have a look.
Oh, well, I love a bargain.
This is where we bought our helmet from? Yeah, they were really helpful, weren't they?
Yeah.
Let us just go through all the different helmets, because even the helmet that I wanted, which is one of them over there, because it looked fantastic, but it didn't fit well. It's got to fit right. Like that there, I mean, that looks amazing. I'd buy that, but whether it's going to fit or not, it's another story. There's my one over there, actually.
Yes, I'm just wondering, can I get like replacement cheek pads? Or just...
Sure you can do,
yeah. Just...
Yeah. I thought it's not something I'm carrying, but I'm sure they'll do. What are you, any thicker or?
Thicker. I've just lost a little bit of weight on my face.
Right, okay.
And then I was riding a bigger bike last week and it just felt a bit looser than it probably should. So looking to see if we can get some...
Oh, what size is in there? What size is the helmet?
When I was riding a bigger bike. Just going a bit faster than my little 125.
Might have a look at a new pair of boots while I'm here.
Yeah, you should actually, because those other ones are pinching your feet, aren't they?
Yeah.
Actually, maybe something a bit more shoe-like would be nice for the summer, rather than those big boots.
Yeah, no, I want ankle boots again, but I need to be able to walk in them as well as comfy on the bike.
It's always a shame there's such a small section for women.
A small section for women,
It's tiny.
Yeah.
No jeans. And I know it's supply and demand, I get that, but...
Exactly, when you kind of think about how many women actually ride motorbikes.
So much of it is pink.
Men wear pink as well.
No, I know, but why is all the women's stuff
I mean, you
pink?
weren't going to catch me wearing a pink jacket out, and we'll wear them. All good.
Is it just one way? Here.
Yeah, got to go out that way. A little bit of a bumpy road.
Actually, need to still look at this brake. It is quite squeaky still. Or I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah. Bit of off-roading. Stand up. Oh, there's those weird animals, Lou. Look.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
What are they called? Emus. Llamas?
It's not a llama.
I think they're an emu,
It's
aren't
either an emu or an ostrich. No, is it? I don't know. An emu. Yeah, it's an emu. Be careful, because I think they're quite
It's really
vicious.
scary looking. Yeah, it looks like it's going to attack me. It's alright, my old mate. Yeah, they're definitely an emu. Look at this big lad. He would make a good security guard. Do you think he's the security officer when this place is closed of a night time? The two of them stand there at the door. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't break in and steal anything. These two look mean.
Didn't outrun it either.
Oh, I won't scare it anymore. Oh, I don't like coming away from a motorcycle clothing shop empty-handed.
Got the information we needed though about my replacement cheek pads. Apparently they've only been imported into the country for the last 6 months or so. Am I telling right?
Okay.
He said so.
Yes.
They are quite hard to get hold of. So that was the reason for going to Helmet City.
Yeah, I did just chat to the guy in there, and I tried to get some new cheek things for mine because I've lost a bit of weight too. And he
Is
said,
that what he
"You've
said?
definitely got to buy an
That was
arrow."
his best advice.
He said, "Yeah." He said, "We only sell cheek pads for the black one, not your one. You need an arrow." So I'm going to take him as his advice.
You
He knows
best
what
start
he's talking
saving
about.
your pennies
When we
then.
go back, that's what I'm going to do. We're going to go home now because I've been put in charge of making the bacon sandwiches, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.